Welcome to Refashion Series Episode 12. Today starts with the $6 dress from Savers. It's attached by this underlining. It doesn't have a terrible fit, but it is outdated, and someone already tried to lower the hem, and they kind of just left it halfway done. Oh, and there's shoulder pads. And this is what I transformed it into. 2 separate pieces, a peplum top, and a lace skirt. Don't mind the baby on the side that just moved that thing. Let's go ahead, let's get started with the alterations. My first step was to separate the bodice and the skirt. So I'm going to seam rip along this line and be careful to work my way around the zipper. Once I had finished that, this is what it looked like. You'll note that the zipper is no longer part of the skirt, so I will attach an invisible zipper to the skirt later on when I get there. At this point, I decided to remove the scalloped bottom from the bodice to simplify it a little bit. So I'm using my rotary cutter to remove it. And once that's done, I'm ready to alter it to fit me more. So I've removed the sleeves too, and here I'm just putting the sides on my adjustable dress form that's the exact same size as me so that I can get a really nice snug fit. And as much as I like having excessively large shoulders, I decided to remove the shoulder pads too. Luckily they weren't sewn in very well, so they came out super easy. I also trimmed the sleeve and turned it into a cap sleeve to make it more feminine. And from there, I went back to that piece I removed from the original bodice, and I carefully cut that scalloped edge, used some fray check to keep it from fraying, and then once it was dried, I used my clips to wrap it around the sleeve and then hand sew it in place to give it kind of a feminine detail. Going back to the skirt, I removed the extra fabric at the bottom, and then I cut it in half again, and turned it into a long strip of fabric, which I then gathered, which you can see here, and then added to the bottom of the bodice to create a peplum top. I also used this lace fabric from Gianna to create a lace outer layer on the skirt, and then I hemmed it and serged all my edges and everything was finished. And oh, I also had to tailor the skirt a little bit to fit me better. So this is the lining, and I was just practicing the fit there. So once all these alterations were done, we got to our final result. So as a reminder, this is what we started with. A $6 dress from Savers. Not terrible, not awesome, and then slow motion moment of awesomeness. Ba-bam. This is what we turned it into. I'm such a nerd, sorry. I really like the final result because I can wear it separately or together. You can also tuck in the peplum if it's not quite your thing. Ooh, I didn't realize that I had that bump in the back. I'll have to go fix that later. So this is what it looks like when it's tucked in. And this is that sleeve detail up close. Overall, I hope you enjoyed this refashion. Please feel free to subscribe and follow along.